feature Zoo up on the me and Zoo on the beat the price.
Real members, man. Official made it out. You know how that shit go.
What's good, RIZZLE fam? The city of Chicago produced some of the most hardcore drill rappers who shaped the whole genre and showed the hip-hop world just how deep street life runs. But where there's drill rap, there's some real shooters involved. And Chicago's no different. Some of the deadliest gunners come from that part of the states. And one of such is Lil Durk's affiliate, THF BayZoo. So much so that there are many who have been warned not to cross him. Devontae Collier, better known in the streets by his nickname BayZoo, or simply Zoo, is a drill rapper and a known Chi-Town stepper. As you can tell from his name, THF Zoo is a member of the Trigger Happy family, or THF for short. He was born on the 26th of September 1991 in Chicago, in the infamous Cabrini Green neighborhood. It was a place where Zoo spent a big part of his youth. If you heard about this part of Chicago, then you probably know that this particular project neighborhood has been in the news for its high crime rate. Once intended to become a safe neighborhood where the working middle class would find comfortable living, Cabrini Green quickly turned into the exact opposite. This is where Zoo lived up until he was about 10 years old. Soon after that, his family moved, and he followed. However, switching neighborhoods didn't change much for THF BayZoo. At the age of 12, he started robbing folks and getting himself into trouble. This kind of behavior opened up the way for him to join a street gang, and a couple of years later is when he made his first steps toward 46, otherwise known as THF, or THF 46. But his loyalties also laid with the OTF. In other words, Lil Durk's Only the Family. They linked up and the connection between BayZoo and OTF remained strong throughout the years that were to come. Some sort of evidence of this can be found in the fact that Zoo can be seen in a lot of Durk's music videos, such as the one This Ain't What You Want. BayZoo got in serious trouble by the age of 18 when he was labeled as a suspect in a murder case. In 2009, a man by the name of Dominique Barnes got murked, and Zoo was one of the two suspects who were charged with the murder. However, since there was initially not enough evidence to put Zoo behind bars, he was released. The dust settled for a few years, but the case was not over. In fact, in 2014, THF Zoo was arrested for this murder, even though he had just gotten out of jail. See, before he got slammed with the murder charge, he had already had an unresolved charge for gun possession. He managed to pay his bond for the charge, and just when he thought he was out, he ran out of luck. Both him and Lil Durk were in a house that got raided by the Popos, and 2 guns were found inside. After that, Zoo faced the court where the prosecutor came at him hard with serious allegations. There were also several witnesses in the court who testified against Zoo. The story goes that not only did Zoo take away Barnes' life, but he also robbed him as soon as he capped him. Then he ran away. Zoo served 4 years in prison before he got released again due to insufficient evidence. His time behind bars was not without consequences though. Apparently, Mubu Crump, also a drill rapper from Chi-Town, put a price on Zoo's head. He wanted him out of the picture, but that didn't happen in the end. But Zoo did get beat up pretty badly. He confirmed it himself during this one time that he hopped on Instagram Live with Crump.
What's your dope, bro? I never had wires in my dope. What's your dope, bro? Nigga, I was broke. I never had wires though.
It is said that it was a cheap shot that someone landed from behind while Zoo was brushing his teeth. After that, a big fight took place in jail and the guards had to intervene. However, even though Mubu Crump called out Zoo for having a big mouth, he got into trouble himself, and it ended up costing him his life. A couple years later in 2018, Crump and a number of guys went to a party at the 6800 block of South Morgan. Around 1 in the morning, in the front of the house where the party was taking place, 051 Melly and Crump were chilling. An unknown car pulled over and someone from the passenger seat opened fire on these two. They were both hit by the bullets and they didn't make it out alive. Crump got hit twice in his torso and twice in his arms. Even though it was never confirmed who exactly was targeted, Melly or Crump, people speculate that it must have been someone from either OTF's gang or that of THF. The Chicago spinner, BayZoo, bragged out both Melly and Crump passing on his Instagram. Speaking about Melly, he rapped the lyrics saying,
4 shot, 2 dead is on the bitch back. Why you thirsty for that back door? Melly got his shit splat.
And he also mentioned Crump on a different occasion, telling,
Crump know what's on with me. Crump ain't even here to even tell a story to y'all bitch ass no more. Melly ain't here to tell a story with y'all no more. Bitch, the real survivor.
Now, one thing's for certain between Melly and Zoo, they had respect for each other even if they were on opposing gangs. They knew each other from before, and the reason they fell out was none other than representing their hoods. Fans knew it too. Melly and Zoo had respect for each other, 100. Most ironic thing is that all of them used to be friends and went to school together before the street war separated blocks. Melly and Zoo already stayed in the same car together. You could see that they had respect for each other even though being Opps. However, even though this was not linked to the Crump shooting, he did get taken into custody once again. This time, he was at Cook County Jail because one of the people who was behind bars too at the time was none other than King Vaughn. This is where ZOO and King Von met, and they both ended up beating their own cases. Quickly after they got out of the joint, they made a track together called Beat That Body, referencing the fact that they both managed to beat body cases. Moreover, they both hopped on an interview later where they explained how it all went down in jail, as well as where they got the inspiration for the track.
Real members, man. Official made it out this you know that though.
So where y'all get the concept of that song from, as far as?
I was real life, you know? That's just what happened. It's really just what happened.
So y'all was locked up for the same different
Same charges, but different, you know.
Between 2018 and 19, ZOO would go in and out of jail on multiple occasions. He's brought in for a gun possession charge, reckless endangerment, and again, the Dominique Barnes charge. He spent a little over a year for the same crime that he was accused of back in 2014. Believe it or not, he beat the charges again, and he walked out as a free man. In March 2020, he got out, and that's when his life changed around. ZOO finally realized that he's got to change his ways and move differently. Since 2020, ZOO focused his time and energy mostly on making music by dropping tracks regularly and piling up views on his videos. He dropped tracks with names like Booka 600 as well as Boss Top, both artists known for being dangerous, just like ZOO himself. The tracks Big Boss and No Plan made quite some noise in the game. As a result, ZOO's also grew his fan base. People like what he's doing and they're hoping to see more stuff on the way soon. One of his fans wrote, "ZOO got most potential right now, got the voice and flow down, keep going. I wish ZOO would drop a whole tape or album. He'd been going crazy on everybody's songs." While it looked for a minute like ZOO was out of the gang banging life, things once again went back to how they were. Seemed like music was just not enough for him. Got caught slacking once again. In May of 2022, ZOO got locked up again after police found 3 machine guns in ZOO's possession. Big Steppa was in trouble once again, and we still don't know if he'll be able to find his way out of the system like he did multiple times before. So stay tuned for more info on Durk's affiliate THF BayZoo. What are y'all thoughts on BayZoo? You think his ops should watch out like Lil Durk suggested, or do you think he'll stay in prison for longer this time around? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click like and subscribe, and check out this next one. And as always, be good to yourself, and remember to keep it RIZZLE.